You're listening to Age to Perfection, where we redefine aging, celebrate every milestone, and empower women to thrive at every age. We're so grateful to have you as part of our community. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss another episode. Cheers to being aged to perfection.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Age to Perfection with Dr. Patel. Today I had a little bit of a different idea to talk about. We are growing and we have a second location that is now officially open in Cinco Ranch. And while we were going through the process of opening up the office, this is our second location, and we thought, we really want to, at the end of the day, make sure that we stay true to the Renew brand. And Renew Cinco Ranch needs to be just as good as Renew Sugarland. And when we were looking for that perfect fit, I thought, what are we looking for? What do I want in someone that's going to represent us, our philosophy, the way we approach things in Cinco Ranch? And I thought, you know what? Everybody should know what they're looking for when they're looking for a provider. So I thought we would take this opportunity to not only meet Manny, but you've already done the job interview, but this is just a second job interview with all of the rest of our patients, because I want them to know why you're so amazing and why we decided to bring you on as a member of our Renew family. And to keep with our theme, Be Well is kind of the wine I chose. This is actually a non-alcoholic wine because Manny does not drink. And the whole goal of Renew Wellness Cinco Ranch is to provide an all-encompassing wellness go-to center. And so I thought we would try something that fits with the theme.
I love that. Awesome.
Welcome to Age to Perfection, Manny.
Thank you.
Cheers. Okay, so I think the reason we chose Cinco Ranch and the reason we decided to open up there is one of our whys. One of the biggest reasons we do this is we are working moms, we're aging moms, we're going through life, work, family crisis after family crisis, and all the things that happen that go with it. We lose our confidence, we lose our bodies, we lose our sanity. And I love that Kris Jenner's plastic surgeon now can charge $500,000 for a facelift because he's amazing and he serves a niche crowd. But I think the best part about why I do this is the relationships that we form and helping the people that are like us. Mm-hmm. And I think Cinco Ranch community is just like the Sugarland community. Don't you agree? You live there, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about your community.
So I live in the Richmond area, and I've been a Sugarland girl my whole life, and it feels just like Sugarland. It's filled with families and things like that, and that was important to us as our family was growing to just make it feel like home. And it is home, and it feels like home. It just feels more extended. You know, we just needed a little bit more room, and that's it. That's what it is for us. It's home.
Yeah, it's home. And it's amazing to be in a community with people that are raising the families like you are, mm-hmm. and that are struggling with the same things that you're struggling with. I know you have young kids. Mm-hmm. Mine are a little bit older, but don't you feel like now you're navigating this whole new phase of friendships?
Oh, definitely. Your friendships in my 30s, they're so important to me, and I value them so much. And I don't have as many friendships. Like, the ones that I keep around is because they bring value to me and I bring value to them. And we're going through the stages of life together, and it's so important to have that support because it's not easy.
No.
Yeah.
And I think that's the essence of Renew Wellness. And I think that's why we fell in love with you when we interviewed you, was that's it. We want people to be able to have that connection and know that the things that they're going through, we are too.
Yeah.
And there's solutions for it. So let's learn a little bit about you. Tell me about your education.
Okay, so I did my bachelor's and my master's at University of Texas, Houston location. So it's
local girl. I love it.
Local girl. I kept everything local. I wanted to be where it was at in Texas Medical Center.
Okay.
So I spent about 5 years there as a bedside nurse, kind of learning.
Why did you go into nursing?
Just to really help people. My mom, she was a patient, and she had this scare where her blood sugar just dropped really low. I don't want to get teary, but anyway, the way I felt when that nurse, put something sweet in her mouth and her eyes opened up, it was beautiful. And I just want people to feel like if your mom is sick, if your family is ill, that I could help them feel better.
I love
I got
that.
teary. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm glad everything worked out though.
Yeah. Now she's happy, she's healthy, she's cancer free. So yeah.
But I think it's those moments in our lives that make those decisions. Mm-hmm. And it's also those moments that help us relate to our patients. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
What did you end up doing? So after bedside nursing, you went to...
I did school nursing for a little bit. So at that point, I had a little one. She was about 6 months. So I was looking at something to balance my life out. So I could just, put being a mom first. When I was working bedside, those were longer hours. So I wanted a little bit of more balance in my life. And I found that in school nursing. It was so fun. I love being around children. And I still got to do the medical part of it. And during COVID, there was a real need for someone who understands protocols and, all of that, creating protocols and safety and things like that. So it was just a perfect fit for me. And it's just something I always had on my bucket list, to be a little, a school nurse and do fun things.
I love that.
Yeah.
So your experience with the little people and the big people.
Oh, I love it. I love all people, honestly. I'm just a people person. So yeah.
I love that. And then where did your journey take you?
Aesthetics. It was awesome. So basically, around the time that before my daughter turned 1, I kind of was like really disappointed of the bounce back sort of thing. When you see your friends and stuff have kids and they just bounce back, and you think that's going to happen to you, or why is it not happening to me?
And it's frustrating.
So yeah, I was struggling a little bit, and then I just kind of wanted to feel good again. And that's also around the time like Kylie Jenner's lips were just beautiful. So I bought like all the MAC lipsticks, and I was like, why does it not look?
Why can't I look like that?
Yes. And then she finally admitted, she had a little bit of, enhancement with lip filler, and I was like, I gotta try this. So I tried lip filler. I tried a little bit of baby Botox, and I felt fabulous. So I was like, why on earth am I not doing this? So that's it. Yeah.
So tell me how you went about training for aesthetics. Like that's a transition, and people don't realize
it's a lot. It's a full-time thing. There's always training.
People don't realize that.
No.
People think that you can do a little weekend course in Botox.
No.
Throw up a Groupon coupon and start a successful journey and a successful practice.
Absolutely not. With aesthetics, you have to keep attending the conferences, the trainings, the webinars, whatever it is. If you're not doing something at least monthly, you're missing out on a lot, right? Things are updating, things are changing. I mean, the same product we've been using for the last 5 years, how many different uses do we have of it 5 years later? I mean, it's amazing. So you have to stay on top of it, and you have to really love it. It's not something you can just do half-ass, So,
yes.
Yeah.
And that was one of the reasons that we really were like, okay, no, this is our girl. Is because we are science nerds. Like,
I'm a nerd.
We're nerds.
Yeah.
I love it. Like, I want to go deep dive into
science and creativity,
into the physics of the new laser coming out, right?
Yeah.
And then marry it with the artwork that just makes magic happen. But I think you have to have the basics. You got that in your nursing school. You got how, with your bedside experience, you really learned how diabetes, blood pressure, blood sugar, and people don't realize, believe it or not, guys, that makes a difference in aesthetics. We, as your providers, even though we're doing Botox or lip filler or not, and has nothing to do with your diabetes, we still have to know how to deal with your diabetes, because guess what? You don't heal well.
Yeah, the healing process. So,
and if your provider doesn't know how to mitigate those risks with everything else that's going on in your body, then you're setting yourself up for a lot of complications, right?
100%.
And I think when we were first interviewing people, we're like, well, do we really need an NP? Do we, as a new business, do we really want, or do we want to start out with, you know, somebody like an esthetician who does facials, things like that? And we realized, no, we really, that qualification that comes in from having that NP understanding. People don't realize what you learned in school, you're not doing in your day-to-day life, but what you learned in school affects what you're doing in your day-to-day journey. Am I?
No, I 100% agree. Although I don't see, the emergencies on a day-to-day basis. Emergencies do happen, and this is a med spa is a medical setting. So emergencies can take place. I've had, patients not feeling their best during their treatment, and I always tell them you can't prevent everything, but you should know how to treat it and correctly and promptly. So I think having the medical background there's no fear going into it because you've seen the real thing happen. So,
And you did the deep dive into the anatomy, into the physiology, all of it. And you don't get that deep dive unless you have that education behind it, right?
Right.
Okay. So now let's talk about wellness, right? I think that was your last kind of job, was aesthetics and wellness,
right?
And hence, the theme of our podcast today. It's one of the other things that we were looking for in someone is not just someone who could shoot you up with Botox or do some lift. There's a lot of talented injectors out there, a lot. I think the whole picture goes with the Renew brand. We wanted Renew Cinco Ranch to be the entire all-encompassing picture because we wanted to provide the Cinco Ranch community not just feeling good, but looking good, and not just looking good, but feeling good. Why do you have to trade out one with the other?
Right. It needs to be holistic, 100% it needs to, because I can make you feel better on the outside all I want, but if you're not feeling good internally, what are we doing here? You are one whole person. I don't want to treat a part of you. So that doesn't make sense to me. I'm really happy that, medicine and media and everyone is moving towards wellness because it matters. We don't know how much time we have on this earth. And I want you to feel good, whether you're
till
30,
the last day you're here.
Yes, 30, 40, 50, 60. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
Yes.
It's about, do you feel good about where you are in your stage, your stage of life? And
it doesn't matter, like you said, it doesn't matter what that stage is, whether you're a new mom or whether you're a new grandma, or whether you are a pimply teenager because football helmets are getting in the way, right? And I think that was the thing, is you have had experiences with each and every stage of that life. You've dealt with patients in each and every stage of those moments.
It's rewarding. It's so rewarding. When you have a celebration and to feel like you want to celebrate it because you feel good about how you look and how you feel, it's so rewarding.
I agree.
To be able to do
it
that.
Changes life. It changes your marriage. It changes your work life. It changes your friendships even. I feel like that confidence carries in everywhere. And I think that is what we chase, is we want to give our patients the confidence that will transcend through all of their areas in life, right? What is your goal for your anti-aging patients?
I think my goal is just what brought them in. It feels like they have lost a piece of themselves and they want help finding it. So if it's a piece that they lost because, something new happened, right? Like they had a baby, for example, they don't feel like themselves, or they're, starting a new job, but they're lacking the confidence to really go what their potential is. That's my goal. Like, what is your goal and how can I get you there while you still feel like yourself? Like, this is about you, so
it has to be individualized.
Yes.
The journey has to be individualized.
Yes.
Right? Everyone thinks that this is such a fun and easy field, right? Like,
it's fun.
It's fun. We know we wouldn't do this if it was not fun. But I don't think it's easy. And we know that it's not easy. We see people at their most vulnerable. They are coming to us when they're sitting in a room, picking themselves apart, telling us everything they hate about themselves. they are also hyper focused on that one thing that they hate about themselves. And that's human nature. It is human nature to pick at all we're always, look at a canvas, you're gonna see the fault in it first. That's human nature. We're not gonna see the smoothness in a wall. We're gonna see the one dent in a wall. That's what's gonna pop out at us, right? So when we know our patients are that upset about these things, and we're not God. I don't want to be God. That's too much of a responsibility. I'm happy being human and having my shortcomings. How do you balance that?
I think it's so important to just listen. Like, what is it? When I give her the mirror, I think she's beautiful. I think she's a 10 out of 10. I don't think that there's work to be done. She's gorgeous, but why does she not feel gorgeous? And then just having that conversation with her and really understanding this is what she's looking for. And she may believe that she needs A, B, and C. This is why I don't, but now I understand what you're looking for. Now I can get you that feeling in a way that makes sense for you. So you still are natural and there's no regret. There's no dissolving. There's none of that happening. So I think it's just really important to listen to your patient.
And take the time, right? We're not a cattle call. You're not going to sit there and be like, okay, I'm in, shoot me up, I'm out, bye.
I agree. When I'm in the room, I'm theirs. I'm not worried about the time. I'm not worried about what's happening in the room next door. I'm there for that patient. I want to understand. I want to really listen and see what is it that brought them to see me. And my goal is that they leave feeling better than when they came in.
That's it. That at the end of the day, I always tell my friends when they ask me, they're like, don't you get tired of it? Or, all you do is listen to people complain all day. And I'm like, you know what? I get to make people fall in love with themselves. Like, that's the best job in the world. If you had one lesson that you wish every single one of your patients would take home with them and do for the rest of their lives, what would it be? What's Manny's one thing? What can Cinco Ranch expect?
Honestly, I just want them to know it is important to take time out for yourself. Please do it. You shouldn't feel guilty about it. If you're not feeling your best, how can you put your best out there? It just doesn't work that way. So if there's something that maybe your hormones are just not as balanced as they were 5 years ago. Well, why are we dragging this on? If you're not feeling good, there's a reason for it. So let me kind of do a deep dive. Let me see what's imbalanced here and let me send you your way happier. Like, doing self-care, it should never be frowned upon. It's important.
Guilt-free self-care.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
All right, that's Manny's motto, guys.
That's
guilt-free self-care. Cinco Ranch, we are coming for you.
Disclaimer. The information provided in this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. Please consult with your qualified healthcare professional to determine the best treatment options for your individual needs. Results may vary and all procedures carry some level of risk. Always make informed decisions in consultation with a licensed professional.